the issues affecting Asia's animals and the stories of the people working on their behalf. We'll be taking you on a tour of what's been happening lately in the animal protection space around Asia, and also bringing you updates from our huge network of animal protection organizations and our many working groups. Welcome to the Asia for Animals podcast.
Hello and welcome, listeners. I'm Vinnie, a coordinator at the Farm Animal Coalition, FAC for short. Also, your host for today's episode of AfA Podcast, where we dive deep into the world of farm animal welfare. We're going to talk about the FAC Regional Event and its significant impact on farm animal welfare across borders. Joining me today are four incredible guest speakers from Animal Kingdom Foundation, who co-organized with us the FAC Regional Event in the Philippines last June. Let's welcome Heidi, Tony, Clarence, and Irvin. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. Yes.
Hey, hello everyone.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Vinnie.
Thank you all so much for being here. It's great to get together again since the event. How long has it been? Almost 2 months, right?
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Yeah, I would say when the episode is out, it's already almost 2 months. But it feels just like yesterday to me when we were just sitting at the same table having lunch and chatting. And now here we are.
True. Actually, I can still recall the first time we met the both of you at the lobby. So,
Good old memories. All right, so back to the podcast. To start off, let's give our listeners some background. The FAC Regional Event is an initiative by FAC with an aim to support or build the movement for farm animal protection and diet change in different countries in Asia. Since it launched in 2023, we have done 3 regional events in 3 different countries, including Vietnam in 2023, Japan in February 2024, and the most recent one is the Philippines in 2024. We are planning to host 2 to 3 regional events each year in the coming years, depending on our budget and capacity. The event is normally co-hosted by FAC and a local NGO with a target audience including NGO staff, academia, policymakers, and stakeholders of the farm animal and food system like hotel, restaurant chains, and farmers. The program of each event is country-specific, and it could be held in a local language. All right, now I'd love to hear from Heidi Kagiwa, Program Director at Animal Kingdom Foundation. So since the FAC Regional Event has a different theme, could you please elaborate on the main objective of the FAC Regional Event Philippines, Kami naman, and what it aims to achieve initially?
Hi, Vinnie, again. It is also we're doing this podcast. We're very happy to participate, of course. Initially, Vinnie, we were thinking of bringing only the animal welfare groups locally in the Philippines together for a discussion, an alignment, or even get together for us to be working together towards one goal. However, considering the great opportunity that the conference brings, and considering also that only very few animal welfare NGOs are working on farm animals in the Philippines, we really thought it best to put a complete picture and bring everyone that is necessarily involved in farm animal welfare improvement in the country. Hence, we have those diverse attendees during our Kami Naman Regional FAC event last June 28.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very insightful, actually. I'd like to understand more of why Animal Kingdom Foundation decided to collaborate with FAC on this regional event. Like, in other words, what specific challenges or opportunities did you see that prompted this partnership?
Well, ACAF has been really very active on in-farm animal welfare advocacy since it launched its cage-free campaign in 2018. At that time, we really discovered and found that indeed farm animal welfare is something that really needs more focus and attention in terms of campaign because of the extent of cruelty involved in the farm production. So, working with FAC here, the Farm Animal Coalition, is, I think, the best choice ever because it brings us to that level where we are to present, or we are able to present international organizations in the Philippines with credibility, and of course unify the international dialogue or policy or conversation on farm animal and align them to the Philippine perspective. And of course, FAC, who else, no? Can we really collaborate and work with on this very important topic but FAC?
Wow, it's great. It's so great to hear about the motivation behind this partnership, really. Okay, so organizing such events must involve in a lot of planning and coordination. And this is a question for Tony Inting, campaign officer at Animal Kingdom Foundation. Hi, Tony again.
Hi, Vinnie.
Okay, so can you share some insights on the process of organizing the regional event? Like, how did you go about planning and preparing for this event?
Yeah, when we first learned about the event, about it being held here, we were excited to do this since this is very new to us, FAC Regional Event. Although we've had other similar events before, but I think this is a different event where farm animal welfare specifically is the main focus, and we are tasked to invite other groups, other NGOs, other stakeholders. And from the start, we were picking our minds on what kind of theme or what will be the main subject of the event, since we can go through with the planning before coming up with a solid main theme or main subject. So I think what really helped for us is the dynamics that we are looking at the similar one vision, and having organized previous events like this, I think it molded us into how we did this event. There were a couple of challenges, but yeah, we are happy that everything turned out well, since we know how every part of the team worked, and yeah, we're glad to have this event.
Yeah, it has been so great to work closely with you, Tony, on the promotion for the event. And yeah, I guess coming up with a theme is maybe the hardest part of this planning.
Yeah, definitely. When we came up with the theme, with I think everything went smooth from there. Even after the preparations, the conceptualization. So yeah, it's a big step to come up with that theme.
Yeah, thank you for shedding light on the organizational process. And now, speaking of the events themselves, let's hear from Claren Echano, campaign officer at Animal Kingdom Foundation. Hi, Claren.
Hi, Vinnie. Thank you again for inviting us here.
Yeah, my pleasure. So what were some of the key topics and activities covered during the FAC Regional Event in the Philippines?
There were a lot of important topics that were discussed during the event. All topics were equally valuable in their fields and especially benefited those who attended the event. This includes the current animal welfare policies in the country, the role of academia in promoting animal welfare, the encompassing welfare of animals, not just limited to pets, the impact of disasters on the welfare of farm animals, as well as other topics like the effects of African swine fever to communities and the highlights from Taiwan's farm animal welfare campaigns. And I think the most exciting part of the event were the activities that involved the participation of the attendees. Seeing how the attendees from different institutions, from universities to government agencies, interacted with each other and collaborated in producing the outputs was such an exciting sight. And I would also like to highlight the activity wherein the attendees were tasked to complete the puzzle. This activity served as like a powerful symbol of unified action towards advancing farm animal welfare. And I think it stands out as one of the event's most remarkable highlights.
Totally, yeah. I couldn't agree more. I think like what makes the event more successful is the participant of the attendees when they like come together for the workshop, they're brainstorming, and then they present the idea on stage. And yeah, of course, especially the puzzle thing. I was really surprised at this one because it actually showed up the theme of the event. And yeah, that to me is really something interesting and impressive.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the key highlights of the event because the participants actually, it was an interactive activity wherein they were a part of the movement towards advancing animal welfare. So it's really one of the things that stood out to me, especially, yeah.
Yeah. And also, yeah, it sounds like there was like a wide range of important topics to cover, which is really great. Now moving on to Irvin Bustamante, another campaign officer at Animal Kingdom Foundation. Okay, now tell us, Irvin. Hi.
Hello, Vinnie.
Yes, okay. Tell us, how did the partnership between FAC and Animal Kingdom Foundation enhance the impact of the regional event, in your opinion?
Yeah, about this, undoubtedly, it has been said by Heidi earlier that this collaboration admittedly builds that sense of additional legitimacy or credibility to the farm animal welfare advocacy in the Philippines. And with that said, it's inevitable that this collaboration then enabled us to get more participants with diverse backgrounds. An understatement, so to say, that this alone is already significant because bringing people that matter closer together to discuss issues that comes from a place of purpose, I think that would spark more opportunities and partnerships to their respective work. And I think I should be also mentioning, so to add, it just needed to be mentioned that also behind the scenes, the meetings we do, we tinker in each item to make the conference come into life. We've been doing this before, but we get a renewed understanding to approach the planning stage of events like this because of our collaboration.
Yeah, that's great to know. Like, collaboration can indeed amplify impact a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree so much.
All right, now, next, Heidi.
Yep.
Can you talk about the specific impact this regional event has had on farm animal welfare in the Philippines?
Oh, yeah, this is really a very important question. Vinny, I've been noticing that you have been asking the most difficult question to me.
Yeah, because obviously at the end of the day, we really do hope that the event brought up something like meaningful or impactful
Correct.
for the farm animal welfare in the country that we hosted the event. So yeah, I really love to learn more about this.
Definitely, Vinny. This regional event actually, other than bringing farm animal welfare interest into the limelight, when we say kami naman, it means like it's our turn. The policy and regulating bodies was able to affirm that farm animal welfare is the next, if not already, an important conversation to be included in their policy agenda. And also, as a notable success from the event, one of the participants who has already seriously started to look into research and study, and in fact has been engaged by AKF to work with us in terms of specific researches that we want them to look into, and that will be helpful also in our campaigns and advocacy. So that alone is very important, because before it is very difficult for us to look into people, organization, or groups that's really very interested to work and do research on farm animals. But here we have opened this door for interests, and yes, that is happening right now. And also, one of the universities in the Visayas that we have invited and attended the event has started to work and consider including farm animal welfare as part of their curriculum in the university. That being said, in our discussion, that we as AKF, as an organization, will start to push also the inclusion of farm animal welfare in the general curriculum for not just for the College of Veterinary Medicine among universities and colleges, but also to include it in the animal science courses. AKF has been actively promoting and working on policies and development, and this is one of those lined up for us to work on, so that we can all spread farm animal welfare starting from the university and academe. Also, recently, we have had some stall on our work with another university in respect to research and the shift to a cage-free farm, because they are operating a battery cage farm in their university as part of the cooperative movement, but this event also propelled or expedited that agreement, and hence this week, I think specifically on Wednesday, we are going to sign already a memorandum of understanding or agreement with the university. So we will be away for a while to work on this. Again, these are very important impacts. This may just be a few, but very significant and huge in terms of effects later on our farm animal welfare advocacy.
Wow, that's really great news. I'm glad to hear that, Heidi.
Yes, we are also glad that it is happening.
Yeah, it's just wonderful to hear about the positive changes. And I'm really hopeful there will be a lot more to come.
Yes, we are also very hopeful, and we anticipate that we grow together this farm animal advocacy, not just in Southeast Asia, but also in our country.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now back to you, Urban. How has working with FAC influenced Animal Kingdom Federation's approach to farm animal welfare in the Philippines?
Yeah, I think this question is kind of similar to what Heidi talked about. She was able to flesh out all the notable successes from it. But on a strategy standpoint, I would say nothing super drastic happened, but otherwise it's a recalibration of our existing strategies, like what she identified earlier, the areas for research, looking into the pain points of how other people are able to understand our campaign, things like that. I think having this event made us see how people collectively from different sectors see the causes that we're fighting for. And I think that's a kind of revelation. And of course, an expected answer, but important to point out, it's a opportunities to foster collaborations or new initiatives as also identified earlier.
Yeah, to me, it's just so fascinating to hear how collaboration can lead to strategic shifts. All right, now I'd like to hear from all of you about a memorable moment or just takeaway from the regional event. So, Clarence, let's start with you.
I think we can all agree that one of the main themes of the event is the importance of collaboration. And I think that my main takeaway from the event is also the beauty of collective action in bringing about positive change for farm animal welfare. I used to think before it was just a pipe dream that wouldn't happen in my lifetime. However, seeing the progress and the impact of this event to the attendees and the institutions, as Heidi has mentioned earlier, has given me a new insight and a new hope. This event was truly inspiring for me, and it gives me hope that we can accomplish so much through collaborative efforts. We are all in this together. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. We're all in this together. And Tony, what about you?
Yeah, I have one memorable moment and one takeaway from the event. And one of them is that I can't forget how I reacted or how it felt when I saw the venue transform from being an empty room to a vibrant and well-lit venue. It's really comforting to see how everything transpired into how it looked like. So yeah, we're very happy to see how about the takeaway is at first I was not sold at the idea of collaborations. I didn't know how it will how to start it with other groups. I'm aware of the possibility of collaborations with other groups, how it can achieve better purpose. But at the back of my mind, I'm still hesitant because everyone has a different approach. Everyone has different ideas on how to take on a certain issue. But yeah, after this event, I think it's possible now. I think we've aligned our goals well, and yeah, if it weren't for this event, I don't think we'll be able to collaborate on a certain purpose. So, yeah.
Yeah, I totally get your idea when you say the transformation of the venue. Yeah, I totally get it. And I love how the venue turns out to be on the event day.
Yeah, we're happy that you also like it.
Of course. I guess that the attendee also liked it.
Yes.
And Heidi, any memorable moments you'd like to share?
Oh my gosh, I have a lot, but the most important or the most memorable one, maybe I'll just share it with you secretly, Vinnie and
Okay.
Chan, when we see each other soon. But the second one is that I think, well, I have three actually. The second one is that seeing our team, first the AKF team, really work hard together and achieve this, and our minds, no matter how different, our ideas would come later on and align. And in a fun way, actually, we would have events and activities in the past, and it would always be fun. There would be stress along the way, but at the end of the day, I think it's what really gets me in terms of I wouldn't forget it is that how Irvin, Tony, and Claren would really work hard, and I see their passion here. So I cannot forget the moment that we are working. And then eventually, when we had to start coordinating with the FAC team, everything went well. There's really nothing complicated in terms of approaches and all. And I think both parties learned from each other. And I think that's really very important and memorable for me. And the third one is that on that day, I brought my daughter with me to help out as a volunteer. And at that time, she was hesitant or still deciding whether to pursue a career on animal welfare, I mean, in the veterinary course. But that event propelled a decision from her that, Mom, I think I really want to be a veterinarian and help in this advocacy that you're working on. So that's really, really important, Vinny, and memorable. I'm very emotional on this, but that's really true.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Yes.
Oh, yes, finally. Evan, what stood out to you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the items they have brought, actually, I resonate with all of them. And of course, daughter aside, because I don't have any daughter. But yeah, what they essentially identified, it's also what I are really excited about. And looking back, that's what I also fond of. And I think personally, my takeaway on this is that we, in the behind the scenes, when we are planning on the event, we curated the topics on this so much that even Jonathan cannot make it in person. We find ways on how he can deliver his presentation because we saw that it is really important for him to deliver that and to, have that perspective be presented to the participants na here in the Philippines, this is how we do things, but in other countries, this is how they are doing it. I think that is something that should be pointed out. And just to summarize all of this, I still think up to this day, even although 2 months have already passed, it's still fascinating for me to see that the organizations all throughout the Philippines in one room, talking about farm animal welfare, just feels surreal for me. It's something that I did not see in my bingo card this year.
Yeah, totally. It still gave me goosebumps talking about it.
Exactly. So thank you for with our collaboration for making that happen as soon as now. So, we can proceed to do more awesome things moving forward.
Yeah, I hope so too. Now, looking ahead, Heidi, what are the goals for the initiative discussed during the FAC Regional Event in your country, aside from what you shared earlier?
There's a lot of things that we are looking into, and one of the major goals, I believe, is really AKF to drive all these organizations together to work towards a unified farm animal welfare advocacy. It's important for us that we will be achieving, of course, the cage-free goal, and we would be wanting also to highlight and work further and give more meat on our fish welfare campaigns in the next few years to come, and of course look into the government's improvement of policies in terms of aquaculture, and also in terms of providing the best working or living condition for the farm animals in our country.
Yes, it's exciting. Really exciting to think about the future possibilities.
Right.
Tony, what advice would you give to other organizations looking to collaborate with FAC on similar regional events for farm animal welfare?
Yeah, of course. Without AFA, I don't think we can hold an event like this. So we're very happy to have been chosen as a partner for this. And for others who are looking into collaborating with FAC for this event, I would say that be open-minded and flexible with how you do things or with how you organize events, since what you know or what you're used to will not always work out at the same time, or it will not always work 100%. So yeah, you always have to be flexible or open-minded when things happen, because it's helpful to learn from others, to work with other team and with who are also used to doing things at a different or approaching things at a different manner. So yeah, that's my advice for them.
Yeah, that's valuable advice actually. Flexibility is the key. Also I think engaging local communities is indeed really crucial. Okay, now Irvin, what role do you think the regional events play in the global movement towards better farm animal welfare standards?
Okay, on this one, I think I will just build up on the previous answers. It has been repeatedly mentioned that collaboration that happened here in this event is the key to unlock more opportunities. I mean, of course, it's an obvious thing to state, but it is needed to be emphasized because this event became a professional hub for people to network. It's one thing talking about organizations leading their own initiatives. So organization A is working on this initiative, and then the other one and this one. But, putting them all together in the same space to spark a discussion and do some networking, listen to each other, that actually cements the deal. That is something that should be done, is specifically about farm animal welfare. And in that case, what comes after is, of course, we're going to have that sense of progress and indicators that the farm animal advocacy is working on that country. And down the line, depending on how the discussion or how the present day concerns that they should be tackled is going to happen, it would be more attainable for the coming years. So it gives that sense of milestones and accomplishments to the organizations.
Yes, totally. How about you, Clarence? I'd like to hear from you as well. What role do you think regional events play in the global movement towards better farm animal welfare standards?
I believe that regional events like this demonstrate the potential to showcase to the world that as advocates for farm animal welfare, we have a united front, and it sets a great precedent that even a country like the Philippines can follow in the footsteps of more progressive countries in improving farm animal welfare. It also gives us hope that this is just the beginning of many, many more accomplishments in farm animal welfare if only we collaborate and work together closely.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of your sharing.
Thank you, Vinnie.
Thank you so much, all of you, for sharing your valuable insights and experiences. And it's really clear that FAC regional events, with the collaboration of organizations like Animal Kingdom Foundation, play a crucial role in advancing farm animal welfare across borders. Now let's listen to some short chats recorded during the FAC regional events last June. Here are a few attendees sharing their thoughts and reflection on the event.
Hey everyone, I'm Dee. My interest in farm animal welfare grew since we last saw each other at Asia Farm Animal Day. And since then, I've been more involved with the organization of the event for farm animal welfare. I think collaboration will always be a vital component in any form of movement. And this really helps us connect and share our resources and our information. And even though international conferences are great, I think having regional events like this also helps because each country or each specific region will always have a separate or distinct set of specific issues. So yeah, this is really helpful
Hi everyone, I'm JM and I'm from the Philippines. The topic that I wanted to focus on is on the policies. Since what I have observed is that the policies here in the Philippines is not centered to every animal. It's more centered to companion animals compared to farmed animals. So as much as possible, I want it to be more inclusive, to include every other animal other than the companion animals, since these farm animals also have their welfare, similar to the companion animals.
It's really good to see that the youth are taking part in such discussions, such as the farm animal welfare, especially that they have this power inside them, especially that they're the youth and they're the trailblazers of the path and farm animal welfare. And I think that's the impact this event has, because this event has multiple audiences, but I really want to emphasize that the youth has made a great part in this event, and it really helps us to move forward and take one step towards the progress.
I hope you found those reflections as inspiring as we did. For those who want to dive deeper, don't forget to check out our reflection blog about the event and another blog highlighting Animal Kingdom Foundation's incredible work. Both can be found on our website at farmanimalcoalition.com. Thank you once again, Tony, Claren, Irvin, and Heidi for joining me today and for your amazing work in promoting farm animal welfare.
Thank you so much also, Vinnie, and thank you so much to FAC. This has been really a remarkable relationship between the two organizations, and we can thank you enough for giving us this opportunity to work together and improve farm animal welfare in the Philippines.
Yes, and thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Until next time, take care and keep advocating for a better world for all animals.
Thanks for listening. You can find everything you need to know about our work and connect with us at AsiaForAnimals.com. Tune in for the next episode. Asia for Animals Coalition, a united voice for Asia's animals.